What you are watching is the total deconstruction and rebirth of a massive commercial bus. This is not a simple cosmetic upgrade. You are about to see a heavy-duty transit vehicle stripped to its steel skeleton, vertically expanded, and engineered into a self-sufficient home. The scale of this build requires cutting through reinforced steel, raising the roofline, and fabricating new structural components from the chassis up. The journey begins with total extraction. The crew systematically strips away every vinyl seat, rubber mat, and interior panel, exposing the bare steel foundation. Drilling out hundreds of factory rivets, they peel back the ceiling to reveal the structural ribs. A grinder makes quick work of floor rust, stripping oxidation back to bare metal. Compromised sections are patched with welded steel plates, sealed with industrial caulking, and coated in a rust-converting primer. The entire floor then receives a thick layer of protective black enamel, sealing the deck against future moisture. Now, the heavy structural engineering begins. To increase internal headroom, the team initiates a massive roof raise. They slice straight through the vertical steel hat channels, severing the roof entirely from the lower body. Using synchronized mechanical jacks, the 12-meter steel canopy is carefully hoisted upward. Threaded rods and hex nuts are bolted into place to secure the elevated roof and maintain vertical alignment. With the canopy suspended 45 centimeters above its original height, new custom steel hat channels are clamped and meticulously welded into the gaps. These extensions restore structural integrity to the mobile envelope. Enclosing the newly raised roofline demands significant exterior fabrication. The crew grinds off factory exterior rivets along the upper belt line to create a flush-mounting surface for heavy-gauge sheet metal. Massive steel panels are hoisted into position, utilizing heavy-duty ratchet straps anchored to the bus frame to pull the stiff metal tightly against the structural ribs. This lap design ensures effective water runoff, overlapping the lower sections like armor plating. Every seam is permanently secured with high heat welding, binding the new skin seamlessly to the original chassis. To achieve a perfectly smooth exterior, automotive body filler is troweled over the welded joints. Once cured, the filler is aggressively sanded down, blending the transition lines until the steel feels like a single, continuous plane. Stepping back inside the massive bus, attention now shifts to thermal regulation. A new subfloor is constructed by adhering dense foam insulation boards directly to the steel deck. Wooden furring strips are laid between the foam panels, providing a solid nailing surface without compromising the insulation layer. Heavy-duty plywood sheets are then measured, precision cut with a track saw, and screwed securely into the wooden strips. This creates a rigid, insulated foundation capable of handling the flex of a moving vehicle while combating freezing temperatures from below. With the floor stabilized, the team moves back outside to cut custom openings through the newly installed sheet metal. Using an angle grinder and reciprocating saw, they carve out exact dimensions for new windows, laying the groundwork for sunlight to flood the interior. Precision window installation follows immediately. Each custom glass unit is pressed firmly into its cutout, leveled, and secured with rows of heavy blind rivets. The team drives the fasteners through the window flanges directly into the steel framing, ensuring a tight mechanical hold. Waterproof sealant applied beneath the flanges creates an impenetrable barrier against wind and rain. Once the exterior envelope is fully sealed, the entire bus undergoes a rigorous aesthetic transformation. The steel skin is thoroughly washed and scrubbed with an acetone bath to remove all oils and debris, creating an ideal canvas for adhesion. Every glass pane, headlight, and trim piece is meticulously masked off with heavy paper and tape. A commercial-grade pneumatic sprayer lays down a smooth, even coat of high adhesion primer across the massive surface area. Seam sealer is then meticulously injected into every exterior joint to guarantee absolute water resistance. Finally, the iconic school bus yellow is entirely erased as the sprayer applies a fresh, vibrant green topcoat, instantly modernizing the vehicle silhouette. While the paint cures outside, construction pivots to the entry. A heavy custom wooden door is fabricated from scratch, utilizing precise joinery and wood glue to assemble a rigid frame designed to withstand the torque of transit. Simultaneously, the interior climate control system takes shape. Thick rolls of faced fiberglass insulation are systematically packed into every exposed wall cavity. This thermal barrier is crucial for energy efficiency, dramatically reducing heat transfer through the metal skin while simultaneously dampening exterior acoustic noise. This ensures continuous interior climate comfort. With the fiberglass insulation packed tight, horizontal wooden furring strips are screwed directly into the bus ribs across the walls. This creates an essential mounting framework for the final interior paneling, while also establishing an internal cavity for the hidden utilities. The team systematically pulls heavy-gauge electrical wiring through the wall voids, securing junction boxes directly to the new furring strips to guarantee a safe, vibration-proof electrical grid. Now, the sprawling open cabin is geometrically divided. Creative wooden framing takes shape, partitioning the 12-meter tunnel into distinct functional zones. The builders construct rigid vertical studs, establishing exact dimensions for the bedroom, bathroom, and utility areas. Over the rear wheel wells, heavy timber platforms are engineered to support substantial weight, specifically designed to house a residential washer and dryer unit and the base for custom bunk beds. The spatial planning is exceptionally dense, utilizing every available millimeter. To maximize this narrow footprint, a sliding pocket door mechanism is installed. This sliding track system eliminates the clearance arc required by a traditional swinging door, allowing the hallway to remain completely unobstructed. With the skeleton of the rooms established, thin sheets of flexible plywood are hoisted into position and screwed into the framing. This plywood base layer serves a dual purpose. It provides shear strength to the newly framed walls, preventing them from racking during vehicle movement, and it establishes a perfectly smooth, uniform foundation. This flat surface is crucial, preparing the interior for the decorative cedar finishes that will eventually conceal all structural complexity completely from sight. Adjusting the pocket door mechanism demands extreme precision. The tracks must be perfectly level to ensure seamless sliding functionality before the walls are permanently sealed. With the framing verified, off-grid plumbing becomes the primary focus. A gravity fill port is carved directly into the exterior steel, providing a secure external access point to resupply the system. Inside, a massive fresh water tank is anchored to the floor. A high-efficiency electric water pump is plumbed directly into this reservoir using flexible blue pipe, secured with copper crimp rings to guarantee a leak-proof distribution network throughout the bus. Simultaneously, off-grid power generation takes shape on the roof. Large photovoltaic solar panels are bolted securely into the newly reinforced steel canopy. Heavy-gauge cables route the captured solar energy down into a high-capacity charge controller and inverter system, forming the electrical heartbeat of the tiny home. Inside the bedroom, vertical space is aggressively optimized. A custom, multi-level bunk bed system is constructed from dimensional lumber, engineered with a supportive internal frame to prevent any structural bowing under human weight. The bunks are wrapped in smooth white paneling, caulked, and painted to create clean, modern lines. Each individual sleeping pod is wired with its own electrical outlet and low-voltage lighting, providing functional autonomy within the compact space. Overhead, upper storage cabinets are anchored directly into the steel roof ribs. To finish the ceiling, flexible plywood backer boards are hoisted up and bent to follow the contour of the raised structure with absolute mechanical strength permanently. With the curved ceiling securely backed, the surface is meticulously sanded and stained, overcoming wood filler discoloration to achieve a rich, consistent overhead finish. Focus immediately shifts to the culinary space. Heavy, prefabricated base cabinets are aligned and secured along the kitchen wall. Solid butcher block countertops are custom cut to size and mounted firmly atop the cabinetry. A deep copper sink is dropped into the counter, followed closely by a modern black faucet. A compact propane cooktop is embedded into a customized cabinet base, solving the challenge of finding standard appliances that fit transit dimensions. The refrigerator is fully integrated into the layout, wrapped in clean plywood paneling with adjusted hinges for a flush, built-in aesthetic. Moving to the utility corridor, a highly efficient propane tankless water heater is mounted directly to the wall. Beneath the chassis, complex pipe drainage networks are plumbed. The kitchen, shower, and washer drains are intricately connected, using gravity to channel gray water directly into an underslung holding tank. Back inside, the bathroom undergoes aggressive waterproofing. A rigid shower pan is installed, and the surrounding walls are clad in dense, moisture-resistant cement board. A specialized liquid waterproofing membrane is painted heavily over the cement board seams, creating a completely watertight envelope. Crisp white subway tiles are then mortared individually into place, utilizing tile spacers for perfect symmetry. In the living area, a heavy wooden couch frame is built from scratch, cleverly designed to conceal the massive freshwater tank, while simultaneously providing structural seating for the forward living room. Precision woodwork now defines the interior aesthetics. In the narrow hallway, interlocking shiplap boards are measured, cut, and pneumatically nailed directly into the vertical furring strips. These wooden planks create horizontal sightlines that visually expand the tight corridor, while providing robust wall rigidity. The bathroom ceiling receives a similar treatment with natural cedar planks, carefully trimmed to follow the extreme curvature of the roofline, before being painted white to maximize light reflection. The bathroom floor is finished with large format waterproof tiles, providing a durable foundation for the compact vanity and raised basin sink. Cabinet doors are painted a striking blue, adding sharp contrast to the bright sanitary space. Out in the main living corridor, interlocking laminate planks are hammered into place. This floating floor system is entirely decoupled from the rigid subfloor beneath it, allowing the material to safely expand and contract with severe temperature fluctuations without buckling. In the kitchen, visual complexity is introduced through a vibrant, patterned tile backsplash. With the grout fully cured, heavy custom-built floating shelves are mounted directly through the tile and anchored into the steel framing. These thick wooden shelves feature recessed low-voltage lighting, casting highly functional illumination downward onto the butcher block prep surface. Across the room, a large flat-screen television is mounted to an articulating wall bracket, utilizing the reinforced plywood substrate for maximum support. Window frames are meticulously constructed from dimensional lumber, wrapping the raw metal edges of the glass cutouts in clean, perfectly squared white trim. Every interior surface is now fully encapsulated. With the heavy window frames permanently nailed into place, the interior begins to feel entirely domesticated. Iron electrical sconces are hardwired directly into the shiplap walls, providing warm, directional light over the main living spaces. Custom handcrafted curtains are suspended above the heavy mechanical window cranks, softening the harsh industrial lines of the original vehicle. On the surface, the transformation from a hollow commercial steel tube into a meticulously designed, independent mobile home appears complete. The butcher block is oiled, the floors are set, and the solar grid is fully active. But taking a 12-meter, 14-ton custom structure off the pavement and into the wild introduces new vulnerabilities.